Alright, back again in episode 4? 5. This is 5, so we're already halfway done with the series after this episode. Last episode we conquered Coal Hazard Cave and we arrived in Normoon, which was our next destination. So, for starters, we're going to go ahead and clear out some loot, get some useful items. Some fresh bread, which I really should have warped back to fresh bread. I really should have warped back to Dondarin and picked up my free fresh bread. So if I would have done that, I could have gotten one free, and then came back and got those two. But since I picked up those two, the lady in Dondarin won't give me any more. Fresh bread, and the hero's drink. Alright, let's go ahead and collect our wings. Alright, come on, talk to me. Alright. There are going to be some spirits hidden in this field. Actually. So that puts fire. There should be another one over here in this corner somewhere. I think there's like 2 of them in each field. So just 3. I know there's 2 of them in the other field. Yeah, I see it. Bubble effect. By the way, just throwing it out there, this is probably one of my favorite music tracks in the game. Okay. So here's one spirit. One. Okay, I could have swore there was 2 in each field. It's 2 in. So let me kind of pan the camera like this and let me just kind of look around for bubbly effect coming up out of the ground. Yes, that is it. Alright, so we have 28 defense. We're not really ready for the next boss yet. We'll probably want closer to 34 defense. That won't allow us to just completely walk over him, but that will allow us to at least kind of compete. And we have hit level 32. We now have Vampire's Touch, which is the skill that we get. Now we can start kind of pumping wind again. So what Vampire's Touch basically allows us to do, so we can Power Staff level 2, as you can see we're going to get hit, then I can just hit Vampire's Touch, and a quarter of the damage I deal with my staff attacks will heal me, so I dealt 86 and recovered 20. Now it's not a perfect 25%, it's rounded a certain way, but basically lets me survive. So my goal for the next boss, since I can't attack him with wind because he's a wind boss, what I plan to do is, okay, can I just like fireball you to death? But I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, like getting distracted looking at the numbers and everything. But because he's a wind boss, I can't really use wind against him. So my goal is to basically get him at close range and goad him into just trading blows with me while I'm buffed like this. It's 81 damage right there. And also a good thing about having this Vamp Touch combo is that I'll start getting MP back. So it's like, I'll expend, what, 6 MP, and then I'll just start hitting things. Chop my defense to 29. We're not quite at the defense level I want yet. So, let's see. Perfect. Here's the mobs I'm looking for. So that's not the mob I want. I cannot Power Staff Vamp combo these guys. Because that move they have, that they just used, if I get hit by it, it dispels positive status effects from me. And a few bosses actually have that. The first boss and the next boss don't have that, or I should say this upcoming boss. So Solvarang and the one we're about to fight, Zelse, does not have that effect on any of their moves, but starting at the third boss, every boss from that point forward has a move that will completely wipe positive status effects. So I'm not going to be able to rely on my Vamp Touch combo. This house. Could fight some of these enemies, but the enemies I really want to get into and fight are going to be the little black bug, the little termite looking ones, because they sling Wind Cutter level 3 with no startup animation, and it's just, overall, it's a good time for me. Especially if I can find a group of 4 or 5 of them, because then I can just keep Vamp Touching, refilling my health as they just wail on me for an extended periods of time. So instead of having to die and come back here to continue my training, I can just end the fight and proceed to... Oh boy, that is not the mob I really want to encounter right now. They use Wind Cutter level 3 and they're about to shred my health. Actually, that only dealt about 20 damage. I don't know, let me see if I can take these. I dealt 20 damage. See if I can hang with them. Because Lamias would be what I come to fight after. Okay, yeah. I cannot hang with the Lamias yet. The Lamia mobs that just murdered me, since they use Wind Cutter level 3, they deal out hits rapidly, and they're perfect for training your health and defense off of. But I'm not quite ready to train off of them yet. So I think I need to stick with training off of the little termit looking... I think their names are Termits, T-E-R-M-A-N-T-S. Take a look at it when I get back in here. Pretty sure those I can train off because they won't deal so much damage to me in one volley. It's those little black bugs, but I kind of want an enemy setup that has about 4 or 5 of them. And I can't encounter Lamias. Okay, here we go. So I'll take this as an example. So, because I still deal a decent amount of damage, I should be able to restore enough of it back to compensate. As you can see, he just hit me really hard. do is I'm just going to take turns trying to hit them to recover some health. I did not expect to whiff. All of a sudden is kind of getting a little out of control. Okay. His dealt exactly enough to KO me. I was hoping that I would have taken a little less damage. But basically, yeah, the goal is to encounter a group of like 5 or 6 of those things, and then just train off of them. So we're gonna have another short grinding montage of me just getting my ass beat by those things for a while, and we'll come back when we have at least 35 defense. That should be that should be enough defense to let me tango with the next boss. And we're back after that short training montage. It took about maybe 10 minutes. Got my health up to 112, got my defense to 35, which is adequate. Should be able to take on the next boss by leveraging Power Staff level 2 with Vampire's Touch. So we're gonna go find our next boss now. And actually, now that I think about it, I was wrong earlier in the episode saying that this boss does not have a move that dispels positive status effects. He actually does. His long distance move is what will dispel positive statuses. So we just need to make it to him without taking too much of a... Gonna kind of ignore the mobs. Stats should be enough. I did forget a spirit. It's the one right behind the house. My fear is I just hope I don't run into an orc or a lamia, because you can run into those two mobs on this upper tier of the forest, as well as the path leading to the boss over that way. He's gonna start catching up. But have I got anything new yet? It's got... it's kind of a useless skill. Evade level 2 and Windward are two useful wit skills. So far, mobs that I can outspeed. How much damage do I do to those now? A respectable amount. Nothing too big. Here's our next boss, Mr. Zelse. HP, P, defense, and agility. Let's see if this is enough to take him on, or if we're gonna have to go a little more grinding. So I'm gonna try to explain some stuff about this fight too while we go. Arguably, this is one of my favorite bosses in the game, just because I like how he looks. So, even though he's resistant to wind, we can't really do much while we're far away from him first. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw some wind cutters at him to get him started. So he's gonna use his long range attack first. Now, if I stand at about this range from him, he'll use his mid-range attack, which is called, if I'm not mistaken, Wind Ripper, instead of meleeing me. I think he should stop, and if you run towards him, you can avoid it. But you don't want to be too close to him at first, because he'll just walk up and he'll use Wind Cutter on you. But now that we are within melee range and we have our Vampire's Touch and Power Staff level 2, now we just start clobbering him. And he dealt 25 damage, but I heal back 21. As you can see, my Vampire's Touch ran out, so I'm going to step back and reapply Vamp's Touch, and he's going to go back to using Wind Ripper. Apply my attack up. Okay, he's going to come close and go for another Wind Ripper. But, alright, now we're back on the offensive, keeping our health pretty high. 72 damage. Alright, we're getting lucky. Normally the attack boost and the Vampire's touch last 2 to 6 turns, and it's random when they expire, but it looks like this is a good streak I'm getting on them. A very good streak. That's a miss. Okay. So, time to make sure I face him real quick. Time to get his staff back up. He's gonna go for that Wind Ripper move. Reapply touch. And as you can see right there, he just decided to use his long range move, so I was slightly out of range. I'm being a little too ballsy here. Alright, I guess I gotta use one healing item. It's probably one hit away from death too. This is probably gonna be the funny part. Slightly out of range. And doing that kind of screwed myself over. Okay, you can come up and use this. Ain't gonna make me no difference. Okay, it wasn't one hit yet. Okay. Now, I don't have enough MP to get what I need going. So I have to make a choice. Do I want damage? I'll take. Hopefully that'll be enough to finish him, and it was. So, had to consume one healing item, but I was really hoping that I wouldn't have to, but I screwed up and walked just a slight too far away from him, to the point where it let him use his long distance move, which pretty much cleansed me of any positive status effects. Right, and that's Zelse defeated. We have one task to attend to now that we have Zelse defeated. Of course, exit the forest, which I'm going to do first. Lamia. Alright, you can just go to hell. I don't want to fight you. You murdered me. Occasions. Although I might stay and fight a little bit. God, you are an evasive little bitch. I'm just gonna either get the kill here or escape, whichever happens. fairly close to leveling. Please let me outspeed this. Oh boy. Ah! Why? Well, I could chance it, or I could take my death warp. I'm gonna chance it. Please let me dodge this. Oh, the clutch agility. Ooh, I risked it for the biscuit. All right. Now that we're out of here, I don't think this is. I'm just gonna check because there's no spirit around here. Okay, so we have the blue wings, got the green wings, and we got the wind jade. Okay, so I'm going to gold wing my way back to Dondarin. Now that I have the wind jade in hand, there's an additional area here I can access. But of course, before I leave, go ahead and grab another pair of gold. Even though I'll likely never have to come back here, but it's just force of habit if I realize that I missed something later on the line. So, like I said in episode 2, after I defeated Silverring and came back to clean out the King's Loot room, now that I have the Wind Jade, there's another room that opens up. So now if I come back in here, and I walk against this wall, it treats it as a door, and now I'm below the staircase in the main hall. Here, and it's a secret passage containing a spirit. And we'll apply it to win. And we come out in the library. So that's kind of where you come in and out at. So if I exit across from her room. And now, with Zelse out of the way, the game's really going to start getting on a roll now. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let's go ahead and make sure I got my gold wings. There's no reason for me to go back to Normoon, so I'm going to warp to Larapool. That's where I need to be next. And out of habit, I'm going to collect. And we're gonna go rest at the inn, and that's where we're gonna call this episode for today. For now, I should say. The next episode, we're gonna take on Blue Cave, the Isle of Skye, and the Water Balls. Hopefully by then, we'll have fire at a very respectable level. Alright. Well, that being all said, we kind of know what we're gonna do next episode. And with that, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.